Hello plant friends and welcome to my channel. I wish I had more plants. My name is Erica. I love houseplants and that's what I do on this channel. I share my houseplant journey. Today's video is very exciting for me to make because this week, 2 days in a row, I received 2 random cuttings from 2 different locations. So today we are going to be dealing with those cuttings. I am super excited, and we're also going to be chopping up my Philodendron pink princess. So if that sounds interesting to you and it's something you would like to watch, then yeah, let's go ahead and watch it all happen. So, like I just mentioned in the beginning of this video, this week I received 2 random cuttings in 2 different locations, which was completely unexpected and absolutely unplanned, so I'm very happy, and today we're gonna be dealing with them. The first cutting we're gonna be dealing with is of Philodendron pedatum, and I did make a post here on YouTube day after I received the cutting, and you can see it right here. Let me take it down so I can show you. It's actually these 2 long branches. So here it is. The one branch is actually behind me. I hooked it there because it was really in my face, but yeah, it's these 2 runnery branches. And so how I got this cutting was actually very funny because, well, it wasn't that funny, it's just a random story. So I went to the pharmacy because I needed to pick up some stuff from the pharmacy, and while I was waiting in line, I saw that they have this giant philodendron growing there, and it's my local pharmacy, so I've seen that plant before. But yeah, as I was waiting in line, I got a chance to like look at it closer, and I noticed that it has a bunch of branches just growing on the floor away from the window, so like behind a column, and the rest of the plant was climbing this big pole and was looking very nice. So when I picked up my order, I just asked the ladies at the cashier, like,
this is completely random, but I noticed you have a plant, so maybe I could take a cuttings.
And then a lot of people started looking around what's gonna happen, and then the cashier was, oh yeah, of course. And then the cashier next to her was like, yeah, of course, if you know how to, sure, let's do it. And so everybody started looking. There was even some guy working in the back room on some lights. Even he was like on the ladder just there looking what's gonna happen. So they gave me some scissors and I took these 2 cuttings, just the ones that were on the floor, because yeah, we are gonna be chopping it up, and I knew that when I was taking it. So that was so random. This happened before I was going to work, so my boyfriend had to bring the plant home after dropping me off at work, so that was very nice. And so yeah, I do have this cutting for a while now. It's like a few days already. So yeah, today we're gonna be finally dealing with it. And then next day I made a post here on YouTube about it. I made a post on my Instagram, and literally like an hour or an hour and a half later I went to have lunch at work. By the way, sorry if you're hearing some drilling noises. There is some construction going on in our building, which is really annoying because it is Saturday, but whatever. So yeah, I was having lunch at Cantina, and we have these big Aglaonemas there. I'm gonna put a picture here so you can see more or less how they look like. There's 4 of them there, and one of the Aglaonemas had this big branch just hanging over the pot, and just, you know, they like literally hanging. People were there bumping into it, and it was just like there, you know. So I just asked the supervisor of facility, the manager of facility, if I could maybe take this branch, and she was like, yeah, sure, no problem. So here we have a cutting of Aglaonema stripes. So I think this is just like a most regular Aglaonema, but I've never had it, and look at this cutting. It's huge. It has this huge stem, which I think we are also going to be cutting in few pieces. And by the way, let me show you something on this. Some weird brown stuff on the stem here, and it is hard. It's not coming off. It's just almost as if the stem is going woody, but I've never seen that. So if you know what this is, and if that's something not super great for the plant, which I'm doubting, then yeah, just let me know. But for now, I think it's okay. Let me just take this out. Anyways, so yeah, we're also gonna be taking care of this baby today, and I think I will be removing some of the bottom leaves from it as well. I already sprayed this off with some pesticide because it's actually quite yellowy, and I don't know, like the stem is a bit yellow. I don't love that, but I think it's because it did not receive that much light. Yeah, these are the two cuttings that I received completely random, and I am so happy because that's so exciting. I just got 2 free plants, and one of them is a big plant project, the other one is a smaller plant project. While we're on the topic of cuttings, actually, I want to show you, this is a random one, but I did have this big Philodendron green, imperial green, something like that, and it wasn't actually doing that great for my liking. The leaves were huge, you would see them banging here. I would always have to adjust the leaves so they wouldn't bang my head while I was filming, and I don't know, I felt like I kind of want to restart it because it also had like a big long stem already, so that's what I did. Here it is, it's the cutting, it's the top cutting, and it has 4 leaves. I took off the rest, and it is just growing here in this pot, in this water. I also took this cutting, I think last weekend, and oh, here you can see it is growing some new roots already. Anyways, there is some small white roots coming out. So yeah, that happened. Just letting you know. Oh, and by the way, I spotted some mealybugs on my cuddly cactus that we repotted not so long ago. So I think I will have to be looking at my plants and doing some pest treatment for them. Yeah, I guess stay tuned for that one as well. And so the last plant we're gonna be working with today is my Philodendron Pink Princess, and this is how big it is, and I kind of wanna chop it up and make a top cutting so it can continue growing because it's quite messy. I don't love the way it looks right now, and I know that a while ago I potted up these smaller babies here at the bottom. I kind of want to take them out. I don't know, I kind of want to put one of the most variegated ones in the greenhouse because I feel like it would really appreciate it there with all the humidity, and I really hope that the leaves wouldn't worm and do that weird thing when they get stuck. So yeah, that's the plan for today. We're gonna do this at the end, and I guess let's just start. I just kind of wanted to let you know the plan for today. So I kind of want to start from this Aglaonema just because I personally think it's the least interesting one, although I'm really excited about all these plants, but if I have to choose, that's the least interesting one. So let's start with it, and yeah, I will, I guess, take you lower again. Psych! I don't really need to take you over for this one, we can just do it here. So the first thing I want to do is I actually want to remove some more leaves. I already removed one because it was really dry, like so, just like this one. You can see it's all just... So I just kinda... Yeah, you saw what I did. I just took it off like that. And I'm also gonna take off all the leftovers of this because I don't want it to go all mushy in water, because that's where I think I'm gonna be putting this bad boy in, is just water. I have this bottle here, so yeah, I think I'm gonna be chopping off some of the stem. I'm gonna leave quite a short one for it. Okay, I think I'm gonna take off one more leaf, and the rest is fine. I think this plant is quite dehydrated at the moment, and that's why I'm removing all of those leaves, because I don't want the plant to have to spend all of that energy on rehydrating a bunch of leaves. It really doesn't need that many here at the moment, and I'm okay with removing some of these leaves in order to help this plant get better. Okay, one more, and now we're good. That's what we're left with. Let me show you like this maybe. So yeah, this is the area where I removed the leaves. So I think something like this. How many did I remove? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, this is the one I removed before, and I guess maybe that's where I'm gonna cut it and leave that whole stem for it to root, and maybe even here. So we have my trusty scissors. Well, not scissors, the cutters. You know what these are. How many nodes? Maybe like here? Just like that, and here we have it. So I am gonna wait until this dries just a little bit while we are gonna be cutting this thing. So I kind of want to show you the stem. These are all the leaves, by the way, that came off. They're so pretty. Just look at this pattern. It's insane. It has so many colors. It has dark green, it has mint, like silvery, and it has the color in between. It's really, really pretty. I'm really excited to see how this Aglaonema is gonna turn out. But okay, so we have the stem here. It has a bunch of bumps all around. So these bumps are axillary buds and roots. So for example, this white thing and one right here and then one right here, these are axillary buds. And then the other bumps, all of the other ones, are roots. So you can kind of recognize it by texture, I guess. Axillary buds are usually green. They're looking, yeah, just like a green bud on a plant. And the roots are most of the time just like this brownish, woody kind of looking texture on them, drier looking. So yeah, for this one, I have this pot here. It's glass jar where I put some damp sphagnum moss, and I was thinking to cut this in 2 parts, but now because it's quite long, I'm thinking to maybe cut it in 3 parts, so have it like this, and then place them all in here just until they will start sprouting something, I guess. So yeah, let me just count how many nodes are on here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, so we can just do 5 each, I guess. So let's do that. Okay, so here we have 1, then 1. This is weird. Okay, whatever. Let's count this as 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do another one here. And then we have the last one. So yeah, this is how it looks like. You could actually do single node cuttings of this as well. Just when you're cutting, make sure you're not cutting into an axillary bud because it should not be damaged. And if it gets damaged, then there is big chance it's not gonna do anything for you and not gonna grow. So be careful about that. And also pay attention to where is the bottom and where is the top of the cutting. Actually, if you're just laying it down like that, it really doesn't matter, but in my case I'm gonna, oh, maybe should I just put it down like that maybe as well, because I was thinking to just like stick them in like this, but now I'm thinking, well, if I want to lay them down I should have made them shorter. I don't know. Now I'm wondering, you know what, whatever, we're just experimenting with these. So I am gonna be just standing them up like this in the sphagnum moss, so let's do that, I guess. I am just making a hole here with my finger and putting one in, then another hole for another piece, and the last one. So yeah, this is completely random. They're wobbly, they are not stable in here, but I think it's good enough. It's just so, I don't know, they would start rooting or something. We will see how this will go. And there's about 10 minutes have passed since I cut this bad boy, so I guess let's see how it will look. I think this is quite nice. What do you think? Let me see if it's stable. I mean, stable enough, because I do have this one, but I brought this actually for my Philodendron Pink Princess, and this feels nice, but I think I'm gonna take the first one. I'm gonna stick to my decision. So yeah, I will be filling this up with water and setting it somewhere where it can get a bunch of light, I guess. So here we are, done with the Aglaonema. This is very, very nice. I'm happy this is done. I'm excited. Actually, I'm looking now at this stem and it doesn't have any roots. Oh my god, my accent came out. Any roots coming out. It just has axillary buds, but I think it's gonna be okay. Maybe later on I will also put some root growing powder on here because I do have some. And yeah, I don't know, or just maybe I will put some in the water. But for now, this is it. I'm having huge hopes for this. And oh, by the way, it is still actually pushing out a new leaf. And look at this newest growth. It is so thin and also looks kind of burned, which is weird because it wasn't really getting that much light. This is the leaf before that, so it was already getting thinner. This one's not as thin yet, but yeah, this is the one before that one. So I'm hoping it's gonna get back to its original shape and form, But yeah, for now this is how it is. I'm really happy with it, especially that I just got it for free and I get to experiment with it. Yeah, and we will see how this will go. So I will keep you guys updated, and now we can move on to doing the philodendron that's right behind me. I'm very excited about that. So yeah, let's just go and I will show you what I have prepared for it. Okay, so I have this bad boy here. So this is what we're working with. I tried to cut it as close to the big leaves as possible to not leave bare stem for them, you know, just there laying. And also that means more nodes for me, so that's very nice. And so here's the branches. I think I did snap this one because it's quite flimsy here, but the thing is that the axillary bud on this plant is quite far from the node, and I've never seen that on any other plant before, so this one is something new for me. And it's like that on all of the nodes. So it's also a bit snapped here. So see, it's not like exactly at the node, which is usually the case. Anyways, so I think I'm still gonna cut this and try it out because I think it's still gonna grow something. And yeah, we are gonna be doing wet stick propagations from these plants. I think maybe the nodes that have leaves, I'm gonna try to grow in water. So probably the nodes and the top cuts, you know, because there is this one that has a new baby leaf coming out, and that's very nice. We're gonna put this in water, I think. And so the other branch is a little bit shorter. We have one bare node here, then we have two nodes with the leaves on them, then one bare again. It pushed out a new leaf here, and now there's this long branchy runner here, so I don't know what I will do about this one. I don't think I'm gonna keep it as a top cutting, maybe, just like I'm gonna cut it up and maybe put it in water, or actually maybe in the box. I think I'm gonna... Oh, let me show you the box. I'm excited about this one. So, when I'm doing wet stick propagations, I kind of like to do it straight in the potting soil. I've done it in perlite, I've done it in... Yeah, I think perlite. It works great, it works nice, but I have also done it in just straight potting mix, and that works well with me as well. And then the plant already has the roots that grow in the soil, and on top I sprinkled some sphagnum moss just because I have some and I am playing with it now, so that's very nice. And yeah, this is our box. I dampened up the soil, I mixed it well, and then I sprinkled damp sphagnum moss on top, so it does have a bit of space here for the leaves to grow. So I am gonna try to fit as much as I can in here. So I guess let's just start cutting because, I don't know, it's exciting and I want to do it. We're gonna start from the smaller branch. As you can see, these have very long internode spaces. So yeah, I'm gonna be cutting out a part here that we're just gonna be tossing out. So for now, I'm gonna cut it here. And here we have our first cutting, so let me show you. Here it has the axillary bud, and here it just has some roots starting. So these kind of cuttings are called wet stick cuttings because, or wet stick propagation, because you are propagating a stick that needs moisture in order to thrive and grow into a plant, and also some warmth. And once it starts pushing out a leaf, also light, but only then, because before that it doesn't have what to do with the light, so it's not as important. And for now I am leaving a little bit of a longer ends just because my box is quite wide so it can fit, and I can always cut off the ends once we have the plant growing out of here. So for now I'm leaving it a little longer just in case it will start rotting. I will still have some space to cut off the ends, you know, so just to be safe. And yeah, here is our cutting number one. Let's cut on more. So this is the next one, and I'm just checking where's the axillary buds, just again because they are so far away from the node. I just really want to be careful. So this is the axillary bud on here, so we're gonna cut it right here, I think. And also I'm gonna cut off this stick So this is the internode part that just has nothing. It doesn't have any auxiliary buds on it or anything, so it's useless. We can just toss this out without feeling guilty bad at all. And this is our next cutting that has a leaf. I am obsessed with these leaves. That's why I asked for this plant, because I saw these leaves and I was like, I want it. And I mean, this is a pharmacy. It's not like they care about having plants that much, you know. For the people who work there, it's just a workplace. So getting a small cutting from those kind of places isn't that big of a deal, and this is your sign to just asking, because the worst that can happen is people are gonna say no. And yeah, the worst that can happen, people are gonna be rude while saying no, which is, you know, sounds like they have issues, so just ignore that if it ever happens. But 100% recommend just asking if you see a plant that's huge and you know that taking a cutting will not hurt the plant at all. Yeah, just ask. Most of the time, people who are just working there, they're like, yeah, I don't mind. So this is a cutting number 2. I'm just really chatty today. I don't know. I'm gonna put this aside, the one with the leaves and the ones that don't have leaves. Okay, I'm just gonna try to go through this a bit faster. So once again, we have really long tail here. We're gonna just cut it maybe here. And this is going to trash. Then the auxiliary bud and this one is here, so cutting number 3. And then this is the one that I said I don't think I will keep it as a top cut, just because it has this super long internode already, and I don't want that to happen. I'm pretty sure that if I'm gonna give this plant more light, it's not gonna have such a long internode spaces. Well, at least that's what I'm hoping for. So yeah, here it is. This is the most top, newest leaf that's not yet super hard, so I think I'm gonna, again, put this in a box. And that's the first branch done. So we got 5 pieces that have potential to grow a plant out of them. That's awesome. Now let's do the long branch. So same thing again. Just look at this leaf. It's gorgeous. I'm so obsessed with this plant already. Oh, this is so cool. Let's cut some more. So we're done with the cuttings. Let me show you what we have. So we have these 2 freshest leaves. So this one is a top cutting of the second branch, and then this is the last valid leaf of the first branch. So these 2 are gonna go into the prop box. Then we have 5 wet sticks. So that's already 7 plants. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more propagations with leaves. So that's 7 plus 5, 12. Am I right? I'm bad at math. I hate math. But anyways, here we have it. These babies are gonna go to the water because that's the propagation method. I know it works. I know it's valid. So yeah, that's how these are babies gonna do. And now let's place the wet sticks into this box. So for this one, I am gonna take you a little bit lower just because, yeah, I don't know. I think it's satisfying to see that. So let's do it together. Okay, so here we have our box. And here's the propagations. Let's start with the top cutting, and I am gonna be removing this sheet just because I know it's gonna get all mushy later on, so I kind of want to prevent it and deal with it already because, yeah, I don't want that happening. So here we have the first one, and I am gonna try to be facing the auxiliary buds up. So here is the auxiliary bud on this one, although this is the top cutting, so it probably will just keep growing. And also you want to make sure that where there are, oh my god, what is with my R's today? I'm spelling them so Lithuanian. I'm so sorry. Okay, so anyways, you want to make sure that the roots are making contact with the substrate that you are putting them in. So, oh, by the way, let me tell you about this moss, because when I was putting it here, I was wetting it in the sink, and when I put it out here, I found a worm in there, so that was a bit weird because I was just handling it. Ugh. But I love the worm in here, so it can, you know, dig through the soil and just like keep it aerated and stuff. So here's the bud in this bad boy, so it's gonna go like this. Now, this one has a bud here. And so here we have it. Oh, it looks so freaking nice. I am very excited about this. And this time I'm not losing this box. I took a big one. It has a lot of space. I'm gonna be putting it under my grow light so it would have some light, and I'm not losing this box. I'm super excited about these plants, and yeah, fingers crossed. I'm gonna keep you guys updated on how this grows. And now let me find a jar for the propagations that have leaves, and then we can move on. Okay, so I have a jar of water here, and maybe I should have done this one by one. Okay, let's just do it. I wish this would face here, but whatever. We're gonna put this under the grow light for sure, just so it can get some light and grow some roots, and this looks so cute. I am obsessed. Okay, so this is done. Now we can finally move on to Philodendron Pink Princess, and I have it right here. And I don't know how I want to do this. So let me take you just a little over, and I think I will also need to treat it from pests and clean off the leaves after I'm done with cutting it up, but I think I'm just gonna do this off camera today and then make a new video about treating plants from pests. Okay, let me position you so you can see better. Okay, so here she is. So yeah, you can see that the leaves are dusty and not too great. And yeah, I just keep messing up the leaves. The newest growth, you can see it's completely broken off. So yeah, I guess you can see why I wanna propagate this plant. So I guess I'm gonna be cutting below this leaf because this is the one I'm planning on leave the lowest. Then this is the next one which still has some pink. Then there we have this one which actually, I don't know, have some weird burn mark. I think when it was still rolled up, it probably got bleached by the sun. I don't know, it's just my theory. It's weird. So I guess let's cut maybe just here. Can you see it? Yeah, I'm cutting it this low. Oh, there was another one. Just because I will want to remove two bottom leaves so it could have some space. Oh, actually, you know what's so cool? Philodendron Pink Princess bleeds red. It looks like blood. It's so cool. Yeah, I probably should have taken something so I could clean this off, of course, but let's just use this. So now, let's just take this off. So here is another one I took off, and yep, the last one for taking off. So I guess I am gonna get all red from this, but whatever. So here we have the top cutting, and this is exactly how I imagined it to be. I have a bottle here, so I am gonna be putting it in like this. So this looks very nice actually. It's there almost at the bottom, but I am gonna leave it to dry up a little bit. So again, once we're gonna be dealing with the rest of the plant, this is gonna be drying up a bit. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I'm really happy that I did it finally. Because honestly, I've been thinking about cutting this plant for a while now, but I don't know, every time I wanted to do it, I'm like, no. But now, since I'm starting to notice some pests in my collection, I'm like, okay, let's just restart the plants that I am doubting and just do something about it, have some fun. So that's what we're doing again. A bunch of this red. Oops, sorry, I probably shouldn't have said that, but whatever. Let me take you lower now because we don't have that big top here anymore. So I don't know what to do with the rest of this. We do have a second one that's here. I don't know what happened, but it does have 2 new growth points coming out, so that's very exciting. So maybe I will just leave. I don't know. I don't know. Should I just maybe propagate it? I think maybe I will just do. I'm just gonna try to do single node cuttings, and I do hope it has some auxiliary buds somewhere in there. So here we have one. Let's make another one. Here is a second one. These are such tiny leaves. I think I'm gonna put these into water as well. And we will just see, because you know what, whatever. I can throw them out now, or I can throw it out later. Or I can have some more plants. So we will see. I'm just for now cutting up everything all the way down, you know. Then we do have this small wet stick propagation. So I am gonna be tossing this bad boy into the box that we just made of another philodendron. We will see. We're just gonna give it a chance. Okay, so I cut off the top that had, oh shoot, I did cut that off, that had these 2 growth points, and I am also going to be putting this into my prop box. And now I think maybe I should have cleaned the first one before putting it there, but yeah. Maybe I will clean this off first, just to be safe, you know, to not introduce any weird pests, because I don't know if this plant has pests or not. It does have some webbing, but I do not see the spider mites themselves, so I'm not sure, but yeah, better safe than sorry, and I just don't want to risk it. Yeah, we're just gonna, oh, there is a bit more that I can take out, maybe this one. And then this is the last one. I don't know, I just saw another auxiliary bud, so I just did it. So this is what we're left with. I think now I'm gonna be repotting these bad boys. I don't know yet if I will pot them up all together or separately, but I am gonna do that off camera just because I've done a bunch of repottings already. I don't think you need to see another one. So yeah, let me do that and I will come back to you and we will put all of the plants into some kind of vessels, I guess. So while I did all of that, it got dark outside, but that's okay. I sprayed off all the leaves and cuttings that I took of Pink Princess with some water mixed with cat steel soap. And tomorrow I'm going to be going to a garden center to get some more proper chemical spray for pests. But for now, I'm gonna show you what I ended up with. So these are all the leaf propagations. I ended up not keeping the wet sticks. So this is what I have. I have a bunch of just 1 leaf cuttings. I put them in water in this jar. We will see what's gonna happen with these. Then this is our top cutting, which I'm obsessed with this. I think it's so nice, it's so cool. It looks very good. I'm very happy I did this finally, and I cannot wait for this plant to start growing and maturing even more and further than what it is here. And then the last one I would like to share with you is this bad boy. So I ended up putting it under this glass dome kind of thingy because it want it to get more humidity. I did take out the plant that has most variegation, and yeah, I took off the leaves that had the most damage, and we will see how this is gonna go. This dome actually keeps humidity quite well, so I think it's gonna be enough for this plant for a bit, for a while. So yeah, here it is. The baby is back in the being on its own. But it's okay, I don't mind, and I kind of like the way it looks. It's like in this glass egg. So yeah, this is all that I had for today, and I am so happy that everything is finally done, and I'm so extremely excited about my new plans on propagations. Oh, okay, but yeah, that was it for today. Let me say goodbye to you guys. So that was it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed this one. For me, it was for sure one of my favorite videos to make because it's not every day that you get some random cuttings for free, let alone in 2 days in a row. So yeah, that is super exciting for me. And also, yeah, I don't see many people talking about Philodendron pedatum. Like, I don't see this plant in many people's collections, even though it is quite a common plant. So yeah, let me know if you have one in your collection or if you would like to have one, because I am really excited. Again, the shape of the leaves is something that's very interesting to me, and I think it's very unique. So yeah, again, I really hope you liked this video. Let me know what you thought about it, and maybe you did your own plant chores with me or something. And if you liked it, maybe consider giving it a thumbs up, or also subscribing to my channel, because it does help to grow my channel. I know everybody always says that, but that's only because it's true. Yeah, you know, getting all of these plants and all just kind of makes me wish I had more plants. I will see you in the next one, guys. Thank you so much for staying this far with me. Bye.